Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to show quite a unique tarot deck, which is the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot from the World of H.P Lovecraft. Here is the box. This was published, I think, at the end of last year, in 2021. It's got a hard cardboard box that just lifts from the top, and I particularly wanted to get this deck, and I'm particularly interested in this deck because I am interested in the Cthulhu mythos of H.P Lovecraft. And for people who don't know, H.P Lovecraft was an author who created the stories and the mythos of the Cthulhu. So this is a dark deck, and the fact that it's also called the Dark Arts Tarot, I see this as a deck that is really good, for me anyway, that would be quite good for ritual work or magic, even though it is designed for divination. So there's the box. Now, these are rather large cards too. I'll show you a few of them in a moment. Here is the book, and the artwork was created by two artists who call themselves Fortifem, and I'll put some details below the video. So here is the guidebook. It's only a little, what you'd probably call a little white book. And there's some spreads in here. There's about 3 spreads that are designed mainly for the deck. And the meanings for the cards are not very much different to the usual meanings. So that kind of surprised me a bit. I thought that there might be something that's, particularly to do with the Cthulhu mythos in here, but it's not really. So that surprised me that there's more general meanings and more general ideas in the book, the guidebook. It works on a numerology system for the pips, and the element associations are the same. So it's not that much different, the guidelines for the deck itself. I think the description for the major arcana is actually quite good. Like it's sort of a bit deeper in meaning, but it's not particularly on the Cthulhu mythos theme for the meanings. And everything else is really, I think it's more of a general deck. There are some, for one of the readings, there is a particular association for some of the major arcana cards for one of the spreads. But apart from that, it's more of a general book, more of a general guide. But I quite like the way it's been written. I think it's quite good. So there's the guidebook. Now for the cards. Now these are quite large. That's why I think they are good for ritual work and or magic rather than divination, because of the size of the cards. And when you see the size of the cards, you'll know what I mean in a moment. Here is the back of the cards, and I really like, you can actually see how tall these cards are. I love the marbling effect on the back. I really like that. The card stock itself is quite good. It's a durable kind of card stock. It's not too thick. It's fairly standard. It's not as thin as the Llewellyn cardstock, of course, but it's more durable than that. But for some people who don't like the cardstock too thick, I think it's about right. I think it's a durable kind of cardstock. These have a semi-matte finish. They've got quite a light gloss on these, which is good because it gives them a more protective kind of surface. Okay, to start with the major arcana, here is the Fool. I like the artwork for this deck. I think it's quite well done. The Magus, which is the Magician. You have the Arabian Magician. The description for the major arcana cards are not really in here about the artwork or the symbolism. It's really just the meanings for the major arcana. But if people know about any of the Cthulhu mythos, they would recognize this figure as being Alhazred, the Arabian magician. So I really like this depiction for the mages. The High Priestess. You have the Roman numerals and the title at the bottom of the card. I really am a fan of the Lovecraft stories. The Emperor. But the Cthulhu mythos is the most well-known theme of H.P. Lovecraft, which is what this deck is about. So the Emperor. Love the Hierophant card. I think this says everything. Not only about the Cthulhu mythos, but this really is the Hierophant for me. The Chariot. And the numberings are the usual. Well, when I say the usual, I mean the traditional Marseille numbering, which is also the same as the Thoth numbering as well. But this is not a Thoth deck. It's more of a Marseille deck. Chariot. You can see that this one is a little bit dark in colouring, but it shows up more in the actual cards rather than on camera. So 8 for Justice, number 8. So I'm showing the cards I particularly like. The Hermit. I think this is a great Hanged Man card. Temperance, the Tower, Star, I like the colouring of this image. The moon, Judgment. Really like this card. I think it is so true to the Cthulhu mythos, and it's just very original rendering of the judgment theme. And the world. So there's some of the major arcana. Now for the minor arcana. So here is this is the Ace of Wands. I'm only showing the aces for the minor arcana because this is a plain pip deck. So when I mention that this is more like a Marseille deck, this is a plain pip deck, and I have no problems personally with that because for this type of deck, for me, being more of a ritual or magic deck, but even if it were a divination deck for me, I work with Kabbalah, so that's no problem. For other people who want to use numerology, because numerology is the theme for the minor arcana, for the pips in this deck, you could do that. King of Wands. So this is the Ace of Cups. And the Page of Cups. So this is a dark themed deck, which you would expect. So Ace of Swords. And a great Knight of Swords. And then Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles. and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there's some of the cards of the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot from the World of H.P. Lovecraft. Here's the box again. I really like this deck. It's not for everyone. I think for people who want a dark deck, who are interested in having a dark deck, I think because of the size of the cards, particularly for ritual and or magic, it's a really good deck for that. And even though it's not mentioned as such in the guidebook, in some ways the name of the deck kind of hints at that, being called the Dark Arts Tarot. For me, that kind of hints towards being able to use this for ritual or magic. So for people who are, as I said, interested in a deck for ritual or magic and want a dark deck, and especially for people who are interested in the Cthulhu mythos of H.P. Lovecraft, then this is a great deck for that. So I'll put some details below the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.